بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال وحدثني عن مالك عن نافع وعبد الله بن دينار أنهما أخبراه أن عبد الله بن عمر رضي الله تعالى عنهما قدم الكوفة على سعد بن أبي وقاص رضي الله تعالى عنه وهو أميرها، فرآه عبد الله بن عمر يمسح على الخفين فأنكر ذلك عليه، فقال له سعد سل أباك إذا قدمت عليه، فقدم عبد الله فنسي أن يسأل عمر عن ذلك حتى قدم سعد فقال أسألت أباك؟ فقال لا، فسأله عبد الله فقال عمر إذا أدخلت رجليك في الخفين وهما طاهرتان فامسح عليهما. قال عبد الله وإن جاء أحدنا من الغائط؟ فقال عمر نعم، وإن جاء أحدكم من الغائط. Yahya related to me from Malik that Nafi' and Abdullah ibn Dinar told him that Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu arrived at Kufa and went to Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, who was the Amir of Kufa at that time. Abdullah ibn Umar saw him, i.e. Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, Abdullah ibn Umar saw him wiping over his leather socks and disapproved of it. So Sa'd said to him, ask your father when you get back. Abdullah returned but forgot to ask Umar about the matter until Sa'd arrived and said, have you asked your father? And he said no. Abdullah then asked Umar, and Umar replied, if your feet are ritually pure when you put them in the leather socks, then you can wipe over the socks. Abdullah said, what about if one of us has just come from relieving oneself, from relieving themselves, i.e. coming from using the bathroom? Umar radiyallahu ta'ala said, yes, even if you have just come from relieving yourself. What we learn from this hadith is Shari'atul Masih ala al-Khuffayn, and as I said, the condition is that when you put the leather socks, you have to put them while you have wudu. If you put them after having a full wudu, then when your wudu is broken, then you can wipe over the socks. This hadith is both in Muwatta and other books such as Bukhari. And we have many. How many men do we have here? We have Malik, we have Nafi', we have Abdullah ibn Dinar, and we have Abdullah ibn Umar, we have Umar ibn al-Khattab, we have Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas. All of these champions. Malik, we repeated many times that he passed in the year 179, and he was the student of both Nafi' and Abdullah ibn Dinar. And Nafi', as you know, was the closest student to Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhum. So we have here Sayyidina Umar, which is the best of all of them. Who is the best of all of them? Sayyidina Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he became a Muslim when he was around 27 years of age, and he was the second Khalif of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was martyred in the last days of Dhul Hijjah of the year 23 after the Hijrah of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. And his son Abdullah ibn Umar was among the people who loved the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam most and tried their best to do everything the Prophet ﷺ did as he exactly did. even the sunnah, the natural sunnahs. He used to even travel to different places where the Holy Prophet ﷺ once sat or prayed at. That's how much he loved the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And he lived long after the Holy Prophet ﷺ. He was one of the greatest muftis of Medina. Sayyidina Imam Malik rahmatullah alayhi said that Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Umar balagha ibn Umar 87 sana. That Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Umar lived around 87 years, because he was a little kid when he accepted Islam, and he traveled he went to Hijrah to Medina. Even at Badr he was too little to participate in the battle of Badr. So he died the year 73, perhaps the last part of the 73, because some said in the year 74, but the year 73, as Imam al-Dhahabi rahmatullah alayhi said, is the most correct opinion. And Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Umar, he passed and he was buried in Mecca. He's not in Medina. He passed in Makkah al-Mukarramah, in a place called Maqbaratul Muhajirin. That's where he is buried, alayhi ridwanullahi tabaraka wa ta'ala. If you go to Makkah, the place where he is buried is not far from Masjidul Ijaba. There is a masjid called Masjidul Ijaba in Mecca. As for Sayyidina Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, he is one of the 10 Mubasharuna bil Jannah radiyallahu ta'ala anhum. Sayyidina ibn Abi Waqqas was an Amir, he was a Mujahid, he was one of the greatest companions of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wa sahbihi wa sallama. And the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam called him my uncle, and he loved that name. He was from among the uncles of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he is the first one who threw an arrow in Islam. The Holy Prophet ﷺ told him, throw, may my father and my mother be your ransom. He couldn't believe that. He was so happy to hear that from the Holy Prophet ﷺ. He is from the uncles of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Why? Because his father, Abu Waqqas is a nickname. Abu Waqqas is from Banu Zuhra, and Sayyidatuna Amina is from Banu Zuhra. Actually, Abu Waqqas, his name is Malik ibn Wahayb, and some say ibn Uhayb. And Wahayb is the brother of Wahb. And Aminat is the daughter of Wahb. Aminat bint Wahb bin Abdi Manaf ibn Zuhra ibn Kilab ibn Murra ibn Ka'ab ibn Lu'ay ibn Ghalib. So Sayyidina Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas met with the Prophet ﷺ when it comes to his father's side, where Amina met the Holy Prophet ﷺ. They both met at Kilab, because the Holy Prophet ﷺ, his father is Abdullah, son of Abdul Muttalib, son of Hashim, son of Abdul Manaf, son of Qusay, son of Kilab. And Amina and Sa'd, their grandfather is who? Abdul Manaf ibn Zuhra ibn Kilab. Abdul Manaf ibn Zuhra ibn Kilab. This Abdul Manaf is different from the other Abdul Manaf. You have two Abdul Manafs here, or let's say three. Two Abdul Manaf from among the grandfathers, and one Abdul Manaf who was the uncle of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, the father of Sayyidina Ali. He is known as Abu Talib. But Abu Talib is not a name. Abu Talib means Talib is his firstborn. But his real name is Abdul Manaf. He was the younger brother of Abdullah, the father of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sahbihi wa sallama. So Imam Sayyidina Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he also passed in a place not far from Medina called Al-Aqiq, but he's buried in Baqi'ah, the cemetery of Medina. Aqiq and Medina is around 7 kilometers. There are 7 kilometers between the two places. And he passed the year 50-50 during the Khilafah of Sayyidina Muawiyah radiyallahu tabaraka wa ta'ala anhu. And we have two people left. Who and who? Nafi', right? And Abdullah ibn Dinar. These are the two sheikhs of Imam Malik. Nafi', I think we mentioned him before. He was the closest one to Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Umar. He was his Mawla. Abdullah ibn Umar freed him, and he was with him, serving him, studying with him. They say that the strongest riwayah from Abdullah ibn Umar is the riwayah of Malik from Nafi' from Abdullah ibn Umar from Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So Nafi' lived until the year 117 after the hijrah of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Some said the year 119, but the 117 is al-asah according to Imam Zuhri rahmatullahi alayhi. And the last one is Abdullah ibn Dinar. Abdullah ibn Dinar also lived until the year 127. The year 127. And they said that his when it comes to the riwayat of his hadith is around 200 hadiths. Abdullah ibn Dinar, he was one of the sheikhs of Imam Malik and one of the students of Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu tabaraka wa ta'ala anil jami'i. Hadha wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Ameen. Barakallahu fikum.
Imam,
Yes.
does this kind of sauce you can wipe over it?
Yes, you can.
Not only